Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about bar graphs. A bar graph is used to compare categories. Unlike histograms, which display quantitative data grouped into intervals, bar graphs display categorical data such as favorite subjects, sports, or pets. Quantitative data is data that refers to numbers, and categorical data, which you will also see called qualitative data, is stuff that doesn't involve numbers, i.e. categories, okay? I didn't write it here, but it's good to know categorical data, also known as qualitative, and then quantitative numbers. An easy way to remember that: quantitative, quantity, numbers, and then qualitative, the quality of it, categories. All right, let's get rid of all this. All right, let's take a look at an example. So here we have our favorite high school subjects. We have math with 12 students saying that's their favorite subject, as it should be. Science with 8, English with 7, history with 5, and art with 3. So the numbers are number of students. Okay. Make a note of that. Again, this is how many students say this is their favorite subject. All right. So let's talk about constructing the bar graph. Step one, list the categories. A little redundant, but we have them listed here. Sometimes you'll see this as a word problem. I always advise any word problem, start by listing your known. Just make a list going up and down. It just makes it so much easier when you do your work. Anyway, step one, list the categories. Step two, draw a horizontal axis or the x-axis and label it subjects. It's so important that we always label our axes, okay? So here we have all of our subjects. Let's see, let's start here. All right, step three, draw a vertical axis, the y-axis going up and down, label frequency. So I'm gonna scroll down in a bit, but you can see we have this labeled frequency. Here's a bigger picture of our entire graph. And you could see for my y-axis, I'm always mindful of how much, like what the highest range is in our data. So you can see I go from 1 to 12. You always want to start at 1 when you create any kind of graph. If you start at a higher number, you want to create what's called a break, which I showed you in my histogram video. But here we're going to start at 1, and so we don't need a break. And I go up to 12 because our highest category is 12. I don't need to go higher than this. I'm just making extra work for myself if I do. So anyway, I make it go from 1 to 12, label it frequencies. This is my y-axis. Okay. Step 4, draw one bar for each category. So math, I have a bar going up to 12. Science, I have a bar going up to 8. English goes up to 7. History up to 5, and art up to 3. You don't have to put the number on top of the bar. I like to do it because it's just easier on the eyes. I like to just make as little thinking as possible when I do stuff. So by writing it out here, I don't have to think about it. I don't have to go like, oh, what's this go up to? Oh, 7. I could just look and say, oh, it's 7. But again, it's not mandatory. And you don't have to color code it like I do. But just one of those things makes it easier on the eyes. Important note here, the bars do not touch. You see here, I have a little gap between the bars. For bar graphs, we leave spaces. For histograms, they do touch. For these, we leave them spaced apart. Okay. All right. How do we interpret this thing? Super easy. We just kind of look at it. We could see the highest frequency is math with 12. It's the biggest bar. The lowest frequency is art with 3. And the total students surveyed, we just add up each of the categories. 12 plus 8 plus 7 plus 5 plus 3 is what, 35? Yep. And that's it. Difference between a bar gram and a histogram. Bar graph is qualitative data, or subject or categorical, okay? The bars don't touch, and the categories in the x-axis have no numerical value. These are not numerical values. These are the subjects here, okay? In a histogram, it's quantitative numerical data. The bars do touch, and the data is grouped into intervals, as we saw before, 0 through 9, 10 through 19, etc. Those would be our intervals. Advantages of a bar graph: it's easy to compare the data or the categories. It's excellent for survey results, and it's very easy to read. Disadvantages, cannot display numerical data. It's always qualitative data, subjects and such, and does not show measures of center or spread. Because it's qualitative data, we can't calculate that stuff. Common mistakes, having the bars touch, we can't have that. Forgetting to label our axes. You must label what the x-axis represent and the y. More often than not, the y is going to be frequency, but the x will always be different. Using unequal scaling, what does that mean? So you see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever. Each one of these goes up by 1. Okay. If you had it go up 1, then go up 5, then go up 2, then go up 1, which would look like this, 1, then go up 5, bring it to 6, go up 2, bring it to 8, go up 3, bring it to 11. This is unequal scaling. We cannot have this. The scale must always be consistent, whether it's up by 2, by 3, by 4, whatever, but you can't have it go up by all these different numbers. Okay. Forgetting break line. I mentioned that before. Again, if we skip ahead a bunch of numbers, you need to include a break line on the y-axis, and confusing the x and y. We want this thing to go like this. If your bars are coming out, let me see if I could do this. If your bars are coming out this way, to left and right, that's incorrect. It must be always be this way, up and down. Cool. All right. And here we have a practice problem for you to practice at home. We have our categories of favorite pets: dog at 15, cat at 10, fish at 6, bird at 4, and some questions here. I'm going to give you a minute to pause the video and take a look at this. All right, let's dive in. So our bar graph should look as such. Okay, dog at 50, or so sorry, we have our x-axis, dog, cat, fish, bird. We labeled it as our pet or favorite pet. Our y-axis is frequency. I have it go from 1 to 15 because 15 is our highest value. Okay. We can clearly see the favorite pet is the dog at 15. The least favorite pet is the bird at 4. Which category is, question 4, how many students were surveyed? We add all these up, 15 plus 10 plus 6 plus 4 should give us 35. And the last question is, why shouldn't the bars touch? Because the categories are separate and unrelated. That's why we don't have them touch. Okay, cool. And that's everything I have for you on bar graphs. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, a link to the notes will be in the video. Take care.